Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Andy. I'm the managing consultant for Cybervenger. Today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171 standard. For those who don't know what that is a standard from the Department of Defense and other federal departments that regulates the management of controlled unclassified information, or CUI. If you're producing this yourself or getting it from the government, you got to follow these standards today. And coming down the pike, of course, is the certification program to prove that you're following those standards called CMMC. Enough on that. We've got videos. You can go check that out. This particular control today is 3.4.8. So if we look down at our sheet here, it says apply deny by exception blacklisting policy to prevent the use of unauthorized software, or deny all permit by exception whitelisting policy to allow the execution of authorized software. So, what is authorized software? Well, if you have an organization, even not one under compliance, you need to know what software is being used. If you don't know what's deployed out there and you don't have a record of it, that's a problem. That's a real problem from a licensing standpoint. You can put yourself under jeopardy from copyright violations. If you lose track of how many licenses of Microsoft or Adobe or anything that you got out there, that could be a real problem for any organization. And I'll tell you, having been in the receiving end of Microsoft audit letters and things like that, it's not a fun place to be. So you definitely, any management, kind of 101 would include knowing what software you have. So you should be cataloging your software and approving it. This is what's approved to be on a machine. And ideally, you'd have it broken up by a department or role or whatever. So like these people get these applications, those people get those applications, that kind of thing. So you can have a blacklist by the this control calls that you could have a blacklist of software that, okay, nobody should have this. These are known bads. Or we can have a whitelist that's like, okay, everything's bad except these. And yeah, it says that's stronger. So I would just go with a whitelist, really. I can't imagine needing a specific blacklist, or I can only imagine how long that blacklist would be. You just shouldn't have software. In fact, that the previous control, 3.4.7 and 3.4.6, talk about not having things installed that you don't need, right? So why would you ever install software unless it was something that was proven to be needed and gone through? So I almost think that this is a poorly written control, because they shouldn't even give you the option of having a blacklist. It should all really just be whitelist only. If you're an organization, you're in a company, you should know what software your accountant needs. You should know what software your sales team needs. You should know what software the HR folks need. That kind of thing. It should be part of your onboarding and offboarding process. And so it goes in a little more detail. It talks, basically kind of reiterates what I just said. It also throws in at the tail end under here, like the detailed description down here. It throws in red, for example, cryptographic checksums, digital signatures, or hash functions. You want to make sure the verifying the integrity. What that is you can take, if you download an ISO from the internet, most vendors will have or anything, an ISO, an image file, exe, MSI, whatever. They usually have a hash code sitting there that you could check. And you download a hash utility. I may make another video on how to do this. You can run your utility against the software you download, and it'll compute a hash value and spit it out. The hash value is computed very specifically based on all the bits. And the idea is that if you change even a single bit of the software, any of it at all, unless it's an exact perfect match, your hash value that you generate will not match the hash value that they generated. So if the vendor publishes the hash value and you derive a hash value and they match, then you know at the very least it hasn't been tampered with by a third party. So it should be safe, or at least as safe as you trust the vendor to be. So there's nothing between that happened. So they threw that in there at the end of this control. So I'm not a fan of this particular control and the way it's written for that reason. It seems to conflate two different concepts into one control, and they're usually very good about that in the NIST standard, almost too good. There's a bunch of things that are practically the same thing with a teeny difference, and they separate them into different controls. I'm not a huge fan of that either, but I almost prefer the consistency of that than here saying you have a whitelist, a blacklist. Oh, and by the way, P.S. something hash rates, or hash checksums. I don't like that. I think it should say have control. I think any software you download should include, application integrity checks. It's such a simple thing to do. Well, that's enough on that. We'll go through maybe another video and an NIST deep dive video on how to check hashes and checksums on download files, and so look for that in our channel, and hopefully you can have that up there soon for you.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.